Hello and welcome to Sports Etc., the podcast where we talk about sports and how electric blankets are actually government propaganda. I'm Harmon Kahl.
I'm Jack Garrison.
And Jack Garrison, that is you. And we are here back again.
Yes.
Another week, another Sports Etc. podcast, as it usually goes on Mondays.
And Harmon Kahl, that is you.
That is who I am.
That is him. So, yeah, we got a lot of exciting topics today. But first, we actually have a question from a fan.
A fan, spelled P-H-A-N.
Fan, yes.
Fan spelled like that. So,
whenever we get our etc.ites in here, we gotta answer their questions.
We just want to preface that if there are any questions out there, just leave it in the YouTube comments, and we're more than happy to answer them. If you want our opinion on anything, if you want our social security number, just anything, just throw it down there.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and put the business email down in the comments.
We'll put our.
Yeah. Okay. So Harmon, if you want to, you can read the question now.
Okay. So, For the question is, hold on. Okay. Kind of keep up with. Okay, they're talking about the Reds. Kind of keep up with the Reds if we are winning or losing, and try to get to at least 1 or 2 games each season. One of the unpopular opinions I have is that the Reds wasted too much money on making Joey Votto their franchise player, and they signed him for too long. I'm curious on Harmon and Jack's opinion.
Right. So do you want to go first, or should I go first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
So the answer to the question is pretty simple. So basically, the Reds signed Joey Votto to a 15-year deal in 2007.
It's been a while, yeah.
Where he made $18 million a year.
I think so, something like that.
So he made $18 million a year. But here's the thing: when they signed him, they were paying for him when he's 29, 30. Sorry, 27, 28, 29, 30. When he's in the prime of his career.
Yeah.
Joey Votto is 37, 38. He's 38. He's not in the prime of his career anymore. So we weren't, and when we signed that contract, we weren't paying him for what he is doing now. We were trying to pay him for what he did back when he was in 2012 when he won that MVP.
When he MVP. Yeah.
Yeah, but. What do you think about this one, Jack?
See, this is a complex question to me because I don't think they. Hold on, what did it say? It said that
It said that
that they have too much money on making Joey Votto their franchise, and they signed him for too long. I'm gonna go with the yes part on they signed him too long, maybe.
No. But here's the thing: they signed him to a big deal because then players want longevity.
Yeah, if absolutely.
They'll take maybe less money if you give them more time, because then they're going to be being paid over a longer period of time, and they want financial stability for themselves and their family.
Yeah.
So I honestly, it seems like it worked out in the end. Joey Votto is one of the greatest Reds players ever.
It definitely did. Let's if we go to his accolades here, obviously he's really good. I mean, come on, he won. There was a string where we had a really good string. The Reds,
for 2 years.
Well, but he won MVP. He has, I believe, the most hits in Reds history.
No, Pete Rose. Are you serious?
He's up there.
He's up there.
He's won a Gold Glove. He's been a 6-time All-Star. He's won MVP, I believe, in 2012. 2010.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
All-Star for 4 straight years. He currently has 331 career home runs. That's pretty high. He's got the second most walks among active players. One of the
Who's
highest.
He behind?
Albert Pujols, I believe. But yeah, he's got all these accolades. He finished second in Rookie of the Year voting. I don't know who would have won there in 2008. But
that's before our time.
Yep.
We were youngsters back in 2008.
Little babies. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Albert Pujols. Oh, that's MVP. Hold on. The National League Rookie of the Year was Giovanni Soto for the Cubs.
Okay, that's
valid.
Yeah.
Joey Votto had pretty similar stats.
Who's Jared Jones?
Higher hit. I give up. I don't know. Oh wow, what is it? What? Edinson Volquez and Jay Bruce were also finished top 5 in NL Rookie of the Year voting. All 3 of those players playing for the Cincinnati Reds.
Oh, man, that team was carried by rookies.
Yep, you can tell that was back when we were actually good.
We're gonna move on.
But I think. He still has moments, he's still Joey Votto. There was this whole movement last year where the second half of the year he just went off. Votto
still bangs.
Votto still bangs, exactly.
But yeah, hopefully that answered the question. Like I said, if anyone else there has any questions, just throw them down in the YouTube comments.
Yeah.
And yeah, we'll answer them.
All right.
So Jack, last week we gave our mock drafts. Fair to say,
We did.
They were not very accurate.
They were not good.
I don't think we were expecting them to be good. We kind of threw them together second.
And yeah, this kind of a weird draft.
It's
a really odd draft. So a lot of people expected Aiden Hutchinson, Heisman finalist, Heisman Trophy, as in you win that and you're the best player objectively in college football. Heisman Trophy finalist.
Who won it?
Bryce Young.
Oh, he did?
Quarterback from Alabama, yeah. But
did not remember that.
But yeah, so most people expected Aiden Hutchinson to go with the number 1 overall pick. But
over the past few days, after we made that mock draft, it became more apparent that Trayvon Walker, a defensive lineman out of Georgia, was more likely to go number 1, and he ended up going number 1 to the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yes.
And I'm not the biggest fan of this pick. Sure, he had a really good combine. He's an athletic freak.
Wow, he had one of the best combines for a defensive lineman ever.
I just think when you have someone like Aiden Hutchinson out there, I think it was just a bit of a reach,
Well, I mean, yeah, but according to this list, you see, he's the 2nd overall rank. He's the 2nd position rank. So, most people saw him going top 5 anyway. It is very weird, though, that he was, in fact, number 1.
I just think Aiden Hutchinson is better, but Aiden Hutchinson ends up going number 2 to his hometown, Detroit Lions. He gets to play for his hometown. He went to college at Michigan, and he gets to stay there as well.
Yeah, number 3 here, we have cornerback Derek Stingley Jr. Cornerback.
There's only one quarterback that went in the first round.
There is, yes. So, we'll get to that later.
So Derek Stingley, people were saying that Ahmad Sauce Gardner out of Cincinnati was going to go be the first corner back off the board. And it ended up being Derek Stingley, which a lot of people, including me, think that this is a reach at number 3. Derek Stingley had a good freshman, he was the best cornerback in college football his freshman year.
Yes.
But the past 2 years, he's dealt with injury and he just hasn't been consistent.
Yeah,
Where Sauce Gardner has been, consistent, but
he's
then again, he
stepped
plays
up.
in the American
Athletic Conference. So, he's got
a little bit lower level of competition, but he was still a beast.
Yeah,
but, Ahmad Sauce Gardner ended up going number 4 to the New York Jets.
And let me just say that the New York Jets,
they
a lot of people say oh, the New York Jets are bad. They're a poverty franchise.
Jets, Jets.
Okay, but whatever they're doing in that front office, you give them 5 years. Wow, they're gonna be good.
As long as Zach Wilson is a good quarterback.
Yeah, he
flashed.
We talked about this a couple weeks ago. He did. He had really good moments, but they were just sporadic and random.
He didn't have the best offensive line. He didn't have the best situation.
Yeah,
he got hurt a bit.
Who else did they end up drafting? They drafted Sauce Gardner out of Cincinnati.
Garrett Wilson and Jermaine Johnson the second out of Florida.
Arguably, probably not even arguably,
I would
the
say
best
wide receiver in this draft.
The best wide receiver in this draft.
O-H-I-O. Okay. And then they ended up going with Jermaine Johnson later, but we'll get to that.
And then the 5th pick was Kayvon Thibodeau, who
I would say coming in this college football season was
the number 1 prospect.
People were saying he was going to be the number 1 overall pick,
but
he dealt with injury this year.
He didn't play any snaps,
Yeah, so he dropped down to the 5th pick. Still good pickup for the Giants there.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you saw this, what I saw too, but this is the first time that all 5 of the first 5 picks have been defense since 1991. Yeah,
back in those days.
Which
that was the year after the Reds won the World Series last.
Yes, that is 31 years ago, so that's been a while.
That's a couple years.
I don't know what our audience
demographic
is, but I would venture to guess that that's older than at least one person listening to this.
I would say, considering that I'll probably re-listen to this.
Yeah, okay, so at least 3, because the 2 of us and then one other person, I bet.
You're betting one. Okay, at least 3 people.
Yeah. We'll consult this next week. But
the number 6 pick was the Carolina Panthers. People said they could have taken a quarterback in Malik Willis. They ended up going to Ike Ekwonu, offensive tackle out of NC State.
Yeah, let's just talk about Malik Willis for a second.
We both had him going at. Did you have him going at number 6?
I had Kenny Pickett going in.
No. You had them taking. You had Malik Willis going in the first round.
Yes, I did. Yes, but there ended up. First of all, there only ended up being 1 quarterback. One in the first round, and I believe that's the first time.
That's happened since 2013.
Which, by the way, there's no active quarterbacks from the 2013 draft class, which is very strange. Odd.
Considering it was only 9 years ago.
Yeah, whereas you have who's the longest tenured quarterback? Who's the oldest?
Tom Brady.
Okay, well Oh yeah, I'm trying to think. I'm still in the mindset that he retired. Wishful thinking.
Wow.
But I believe after that, it's probably Matthew Stafford. I would say he's one of the older quarterbacks.
Aaron Rodgers.
And Aaron Rodgers
is older.
Yeah, but all these people. You still have these people from like the early 2000s, mid 2000s.
Yeah,
that are still playing.
Mm-hmm.
But then you have nobody from 2013.
It's just odd.
I mean, heck, even the year before that, you have Russell Wilson drafted in 2012.
Mm-hmm.
Heck, the year before that, you have Cam Newton. You have
Cam Newton isn't on a team right now.
Well, he will be, I think.
Okay.
But anyway, we're just.
So anyway, at 6, it was Ike Ekwonu, good best offensive tackle in the draft.
I would say so. Yeah.
But the second best tackle went with the next pick to the New York Giants. Had another pick. They ended up taking Evan Neal, offensive tackle, out of Alabama.
Number 8 for the Falcons, they took Drake London, wide receiver from the University of Southern California.
This shocked me that Drake London was the first wide receiver to go off the board. I thought it was going to be Garrett Wilson.
Drake London is an excellent wide receiver. He's very good at getting open. And
that's what wide receivers do.
I know, but he's exceptional. He's a really talented player.
Yeah.
It is kind of interesting that Garrett Wilson
did not go first.
But it is kind of cool that Garrett Wilson and Chris Olave got drafted back-to-back at number 10 and number 11 to the Jets and to the Saints.
Wait, you skipped over number 9, Charles
Cross.
Out of Mississippi State going to the Seahawks. People thought that the Seahawks could take a quarterback. No one took a quarterback except in this first round that we thought we were going to take a quarterback.
One quarterback.
But we'll get there.
3 wide receivers in a row. I did not know this here. The Lions at pick 12.
3 wide receivers that all those 3 wide receivers at one point were on the same team.
Really?
At Ohio State.
Did Jameson Williams get Ohio State for a year?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Jameson Williams, really good. Tore his ACL in the national championship game. I'm honestly surprised he got drafted.
You're just skipping over people. We got to go Garrett Wilson.
I just talked about them because I talked about them, and you were like, "Oh, you skipped number 9."
Well, you got to go to 9, 10, 11, 12.
Okay, so, but yeah.
We talked about Garrett Wilson. The
Chris
Saints
Olave.
took Chris Olave, another Ohio State wide receiver. That's all I have to say. He went to Ohio State. He's
very good.
He played I think, is he the all-time touchdown receptions leader at Ohio State?
Perhaps. He played there for
a career?
multiple years, which is something that most people at Ohio State don't do.
Yeah.
So,
respect.
Jameson Williams to the Lions. They have another really young, really upcoming wide receiver in Amon-Ra St. Brown. Even with the bad team that the Lions are, he really had a good year last year.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he had over 1,000 yards. He had 1,200 yards, I think.
Yeah, good year. Yeah.
The Eagles, I did not know they traded all these picks.
Yeah,
is every single one of these a trade?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
There was a lot of trades.
What?
La.
5 picks in a row got traded. That's incredible. But yeah, Jordan Davis, defensive tackle from Georgia, got drafted to the Eagles.
That was okay. So I'll tell you what happened here. So everyone was expecting the Ravens, who are at pick 14 to take Jordan Davis, but the Eagles wanted Jordan Davis, so they traded up above the Ravens to snag him before the Ravens could get him. Yeah. So that's a smart move there.
So I guess that's why the Ravens went and got Kyle Hamilton, Notre Dame.
That's a steal at 14.
I think I saw a list where this was the second biggest steal of the draft. I forget who was number 1, but I believe that Kyle Hamilton, number 14.
Jermaine Johnson was probably number 1.
I think it was Jermaine Johnson. I believe he's the number 9 overall prospect. He's number 1 at his position. I do believe he was the first safety drafted. So that still happened. He's obviously the best safety in this draft out of Notre Dame.
And people could argue that. People are arguing about him being the best safety in the draft. Some people were saying Daxton Hill, but
no,
I'm not necessarily thinking that I think that.
Yeah,
I'm just saying that's what people are saying.
Kenyon Green, the Texans, with their second pick of the first round.
Stay in Texas, going with Kenyon Green, offensive guard out of Texas, A&M.
Yes.
What does the A&M stand for?
Ooh, it's
awesome
I
malicious.
Believe it's agriculture and
medicine.
Okay, hold on. What does A&M stand for in Texas A&M? There we go. Agricultural and mechanical.
Okay, I think that's kind of a dumb name. Name your school something better, like Texas
M&M.
M&M.
M&M. Texas M&M.
All summer lama
do lama you soon I'm
Was that Texan A&M?
Texas M&M.
Are those like big M&Ms? Because like Texas, everything's bigger in Texas. So like M&Ms the size of like eyeballs. Is that what Texas M&M is, or are we talking like the rapper?
I'm talking about the rapper Texas M&M.
Well, you got to have those rappers for the.
Let's just
number
16. The Washington Commanders took Jahan Dotson, wide receiver out of Penn State.
I like the pick.
That's good.
I like the pick.
I don't really. who Terry McLaurin is like the only receiver on that team. Their tight end he's good, but
who's their tight
Logan
end?
Thomas.
Oh yeah,
But he gets injured every 10 seconds.
Are you saying that because he was on your fantasy team?
Yeah.
I was like, how do you know that? That's a random player to know.
Zion Johnson to the Chargers. I think we got this pick right. I was listening back. I think we got this. But he went to the Chargers offensive guard. But the next pick really intrigues me here. Because if I recall last week, you said, mark my words, the Titans are not going to draft a wide receiver.
Can I explain myself?
I should put the timestamp on that in the comments so you guys can go see that from last week.
Well, listen to me. The Tennessee Titans at that point had A.J. Brown, okay?
Okay, yeah, I don't know if that's on our ideas list. A.J. Brown got traded to the Eagles. I believe it was on draft night, right?
It was on draft night.
Yeah.
He got traded to the Eagles. Yeah.
A.J. Brown, star wide receiver, really had a breakout year last season with the Titans. Really good.
I think he had a breakout year like 2 years ago. He's had a solid 2 years.
He's really good. He went to a big college. I forget.
A college?
He went to a college.
We're bringing it back. So, basically, what happened with A.J. Brown, why they traded him, is he wanted a bigger contract. He wanted to get paid $22 million a year. And what the Titans didn't want to go above $20 million. So
that's
$2
insane.
million.
You gotta go out and get A.J. Brown. He's your star on offense. Well, okay.
I know.
No, Derrick Henry is your star on offense. But he's a running back. You know, you don't have any...
Yeah.
But anyway, they drafted wide receiver Treylon Burks out of Arkansas.
He can catch. He can run. He can catch.
He can
score.
Why is this no Arkansas?
While we're talking about traded wide receivers, let's talk about Hollywood Marquise Brown getting traded to the Cardinals.
Yes, that is that's really going to help them out now too because of something we'll talk about later. But yeah, Hollywood Brown, I'm really surprised. I think the Ravens, Marquise Brown, nicknamed Hollywood Brown, I really think that the Ravens now, he was on the Ravens, I think they really have to go out and get somebody now. I think they have to go out and get a wide receiver now.
Antonio Brown,
perhaps.
Maybe. No,
Debo
they draft.
I think Debo Samuel would be really good for them, actually.
No, they're gonna. I think they're gonna run with Rashad Bateman at number 1.
Yeah, I mean what was he? He was a rookie last year, right?
Yeah,
I think so. So yeah,
out of Minnesota.
He's gonna have.
Out of Minnesota.
He's got a pretty high ceiling, I'd say. Like I think he's gonna be good in a couple years. Excuse me. And they have Mark Andrews, fellow type 1 diabetic.
Shout out to the diabetics out there.
Yeah, yes sir.
Half of us are diabetic.
And it's not Harmon.
It's not me, and it's not Jack either.
It's the microphone.
The microphone.
Yeah.
No, Jack is diabetic.
I am.
Type 1.
As is professional Ravens tight end Mark Andrews.
Shout out to Nick Jonas.
Shout
out to all the type 1 diabetics out there. And heck, type 2 too. Not type 22. Type 2 TOO.
So what? Mark Andrews has had multiple 1,000-yard seasons.
I think I just got a splinter.
Oh no. There's no wood here. You're not.
I felt. What is this?
It's still like
paint.
I don't know. Anyway, we got to keep talking about the draft.
I'm okay, people.
Another offensive tackle. A lot of offensive tackles and defense. A lot of linemen going in this draft.
Yes.
Trevor Penning out of Northern Iowa to the Saints. I like it.
Division 2 player.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, okay.
And now we get to the only quarterback drafted in the first round, Mr. Kenny Pickett.
QB.
To the Steelers. They have some quarterback problems because Ben Roethlisberger retired.
And Kenny Pickett also went to Pitt, which means he played his home games in college at Heinz Field.
Yeah, which is where the Steelers
play. So he's not moving stadiums, which is really cool.
That is cool.
That's a big pick for the Steelers.
Let's just hope his small hands, as everybody thinks he has small hands. Let's just hope he does.
At least now the Steelers don't have to spend a lot of money on gloves. They can just use less fabric.
Yeah, exactly.
Thinking smart. Trent McDuffie,
cornerback to the Chiefs.
The Chiefs, best. Some people were saying it was the 3rd best cornerback in the draft.
Yeah,
there was like a big drop off from number 2 to number 3.
Yeah,
there were like top of the first round
corners. 2 elite, and then just everybody else kind of.
Yeah, and he was the best out of everyone else, kind of.
Quay Walker,
linebacker out of Georgia.
Now
this surprised me because they did end up taking a wide receiver later.
Who?
I
don't think it wasn't first round. It wasn't first round.
No, it was second round. I don't know. It was early second round.
Anyway,
But anyway, I was sitting there watching the draft. Like, they need to take a wide receiver because that's what Aaron Rodgers wants because they got rid of their best wide receiver in Devontae Adams.
Like the best wide receiver in the league, I would say.
Yeah, so, and then they go out and they don't take a wide receiver. And Aaron Rodgers probably sitting at home like, man, oh man, he's got his, his State Farm belt on. He's got discount double check.
Getting the Rodgers rate.
Yeah, and he's probably like, man, I got the Rodgers rate, but I need myself a wide receiver.
But no,
that made no sense whatsoever.
Like, okay, regardless, they didn't draft a wide receiver here. There was a lot of backlash for that.
Yeah.
Khair Elam to the Bills
out of Florida.
Florida.
Not Shotty got low.
Yes.
Like
to the Bills. I know a lot of Bengals people were saying that he might fall to us, but that did not happen.
That did not happen because he went at 21.
I like our pick.
23.
Though. I like our pick though, but we'll get to that later.
Number 24, Tyler Smith. Is that the whitest name ever? Tyler Smith. Oh, he's not.
Let's just keep going. Okay,
Never
let's
mind.
just Tyler.
That's the most American name ever.
That's the most American name.
Tyler Smith. Out of Tulsa. He's from Oklahoma.
He's from Tulsa. He's going to Dallas. It's perfect.
Tyler Smith out of Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Followed by Tyler Linderbaum, fellow offensive lineman. A lot of Bengals fans wanted this too, but like, no, we don't. Just no. Just absolutely not.
He went at 25.
He went to the Ravens.
Now let's talk about the steal of the draft is up next. At 26, the New York Jets took Jermaine Johnson, Florida.
Number 14 position rank overall. Like, this dude was really... He had a really good combine. He's got a 92 grade out of 100.
People were saying that this guy could go top 10. And then he fell to 26 to the Jets, who had already gotten Sauce Gardner and Garrett Wilson. Who were both top 10. They got 3 top 10
I really
prospects.
think they had the best draft.
They did.
For sure.
They did. And then they got a lot of good players later.
Yeah. Jaguars coming in with interior linebacker Devin Lloyd.
Out of Utah, the best linebacker in the draft.
Devontae Wyatt to the Packers. He's a defensive tackle. Okay. They got 2 people from Georgia on defense. That's interesting.
Okay, this next pick is what I would call a reach. At 29, the Patriots took Cole Strange, offensive guard from Chattanooga.
77 overall rank. 3rd overall position rank, though.
But still, that's 77th best player in the drafting ticket at 29.
Yeah, I don't know.
That, my friends, is what I call a reach.
Yes. The other one is not a reach. In fact, I'd say that's kind of a steal. George Karlaftis.
Oh, they don't agree. Yeah, but...
ESPN does not agree with me. But
yeah.
George Karlaftis, defensive end from Purdue. That's a pretty good pick. Now we get to our Cincinnati Bengals, taking a safety out of Michigan by the name of Daxton Hill. Number 2 position rank, which I think he's the second. He was the second safety in the draft behind Kyle Hamilton.
Yeah.
We got a little bit of a steal here. This is the 18th overall rank.
Yeah. And we took him at 31. So, we take those.
So, welcome to the Bengals, number 23.
Who dat?
Mr. Daxton Hill.
Who dat?
And 32nd pick, the Minnesota Vikings.
Select Lewis Cine. Cine.
Okay, Lewis Cine.
Safety out of Georgia. This Georgia defense, how many people were taken off the Georgia defense in the first round?
Oh, my gosh.
It was something crazy, like
they've
7.
They've had the most... Their draft, it was the most people drafted from one team in an NFL 7-round draft from one college in the draft.
Wow.
The way I think it was like 18 players or something. It was something insane. But regardless, that is your NFL draft first round.
I did want to talk about one thing, though. Let's talk about Justin Ross.
Okay.
Justin Ross was in the 2019 College Football National Championship. He was a freshman, and he had an insane freshman year. Mm-hmm. Not insane, but he had like 800 receiving yards. Really good
for Clemson.
For Clemson, he really broke out in the national championship game. Or Clemson won in 2019.
Yes.
Yeah. So what happened? Going into this upcoming season, Dabo Swinney, the head coach of Clemson, pulled Justin. No, it was 2 years ago, after that first year. Mm-hmm. Dabo Swinney pulled Justin into his office and told him, and there were doctors there, and his mom was on the phone, and told him that he had been diagnosed with a rare thing.
What was it? I forget.
I don't know what it was called, but basically he had like 2 bones that had fused together in his neck, and it was dangerous for his spine, and he had to have surgery for it. And the coach said that he might never play football again.
It was a condition he was born with called Klippel-Feil syndrome.
Yeah, so basically, this guy was supposed to be a first-round wide receiver, and due to this, and he had due to this, he went undrafted. Mm-hmm. Because they're not sure if he's going to be able to play in the NFL. He played in college after this and was perfectly fine.
Yeah.
but he fell. He
I
was
think
really
he'll
good.
sign with the team.
Yeah, but he is not yet.
The Ravens, perhaps.
Okay.
But let me just talk about real quick Malik Willis. I would say arguably one of the best quarterbacks in this draft.
Opinion, the best quarterback.
The best
the
quarterback.
Most upside. He has the highest ceiling.
He does.
Yeah.
He didn't get drafted until I think he was the third quarterback that was drafted, and it was in the third round.
Yeah.
Kenny Pickett in the first round, and then Desmond Ridder out of Cincinnati went to the Falcons, and then he was the third. Yeah, so really, it's kind of weird. All these teams that need quarterbacks, and nobody's out here drafting a quarterback.
Yeah.
You know?
Listen,
very odd.
The teams may know more than we do about his health or something.
So
that's all we can assume.
If I had to sum up this draft in one word, I would call it odd.
Odd. It's the most odd draft I've ever seen.
Very, very strange draft.
There were more than 20 trades the entire draft. It was crazy.
That's crazy. All right. We're gonna go ahead and move on here. We're gonna talk about the first round of the NBA playoffs.
Yes, we shall talk about that.
This is a little less teams to deal with, so this should go by a little quicker.
So let's talk about the series: the Phoenix Suns and the New Orleans Pelicans.
Okay, so the Phoenix Suns, reigning champions, I believe. No, they made it to the Bucks finals. Though
they lost to the Bucks in the finals.
Yes, but they made it to the finals.
They're
the Bengals of the NBA. But yeah, they have a young stud, as they say, in Devin Booker.
He's getting older though.
I know, he's still pretty.
They got Chris Paul.
Very old.
No relation to Jake or Logan.
Very old man.
Yeah.
Also on
been around for
also on the occasional State Farm commercial or two.
He is. He's bald.
Yes. I think he's 37.
He's
I
old.
believe.
He's old.
But yeah. I can't name anybody on the Pelicans because
Zion Williamson.
No, he's injured. He's always hurt though.
Brandon Ingram.
Okay, Brandon Ingram. That's about all I know.
But yeah, the Phoenix Suns ended up taking that series 4-2. So.
And yeah, okay. Good
job for the Suns.
This is kind of expected. You know, they're the 1 seed in the
Pelicans
West.
are the 8 seed. So
yes, the Dallas Mavericks versus the Utah Jazz. Now that was probably a good series. I didn't really watch a ton, but the Dallas Mavericks, led by Luka Doncic, who is from.
Ouch! I just hit my foot.
Oh no!
Oh crap! Oh, I'm okay.
Okay, all right. Going. But yeah, I believe he's from Serbia. He is he played for Real Madrid. He's from Slovenia. He's from a European country called Slovenia.
Okay.
And he played for Real Madrid, but not the soccer team, the basketball team when he was a kid. It was like youth Real Madrid basketball. Against the Utah Jazz, who were led by Rudy Gobert, first NBA player to get COVID-19.
That's fun.
Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell.
Mm-hmm.
And hello, Nick. No, that's the Denver Nuggets. I'm not even.
Yeah, yikes. But Dallas Mavericks, they were the 4 seed. Jazz were the 5 seed. So maybe expected to be a closer series.
But
Dallas
the Mavs took that one 4-2 also.
So good for the Mavs.
Let's talk about the Warriors and the actual Denver Nuggets.
The Nuggets, but as in gold, not like as in chicken.
Yeah. Golden State Warriors. Oh my gosh, let's just Steph Curry, greatest shooter of all time, greatest
Thompson, 3-point. Who's that young guy? The guy. Look him up. Look up Golden State Warriors. It's who's the young guy?
But yeah, Klay Thompson. These guys back in the day, they called them the Splash Brothers because they literally hit like every shot. Kelly Oubre?
No, Jordan Poole.
Jordan Poole.
Jordan Poole is a young stud. He really shined in this series.
Yeah.
They created a 3-headed monster.
Yeah. They ended up taking that series 4-1, which is a little surprising when you consider that the Nuggets have the possible MVP on their team in Nikola Jokic, the dad bod god, as they say.
Yes.
He won MVP last year. He's Serbian, I think. He's the actual Serbian guy that I was talking about.
But
yeah, Golden State ended up winning that series 4-1.
Warriors could be a surprise team to win it all.
I wouldn't doubt it.
I will say it here and now.
Especially when they contended last night in the second round with the Grizzlies the whole time.
Speaking of
the Grizzlies have another possible MVP on their team.
Yeah,
and Ja Morant, absolute legend.
But let's go to the next series, which was against the Grizzlies and the Timberwolves, and the Grizzlies took this one 4-2.
Yeah, okay. Grizzlies. Okay. Yeah, okay. But Grizzlies led by, I believe, third year player, Ja Morant.
Third year player,
Ja Morant. He was the second overall pick.
Sorry.
Drafted in 2019.
Wait, I don't know. Last year, I think he won Rookie of the Year though. Or maybe. Something. There was something crazy that I saw where like last year he won Rookie of the Year, and this year there's a potential for him to win Most Improved Player. So he can win Rookie of the Year, Most Improved Player in back-to-back years.
That's because he's an MVP candidate. I mean, come on.
Yes, he is.
But he's really the star of his draft class because the number 1 overall pick was Zion Williams.
Oh, sorry. I was
Yeah, but the number 1 overall pick in this draft was Zion Williamson, who's just perpetually injured.
Yeah, but he's a beast when he's.
He is. He's 7'1", but he can shoot threes.
He's not 7'1".
He is.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
What is he then?
Like 6'8". I swear, 6'6".
Why did I think he was 7'1"?
I have no clue. I don't know where you got that from.
Regardless, the dude's good.
He is good. He can ball.
He can ball,
as they say. He's a good young ball player.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, John Morant is really becoming the star of his draft class really quickly.
On to the East.
The Eastern Conference.
The Eastern Conference.
We have the Miami Heat against the Atlanta Hawks.
That was my Hawks.
That was your Hawks. Sound like Toad from the Mario series.
Hold on, let me retry this.
Let's not. Former team of my my NBA 2K career, my player career. The Heat have who? Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy Butler, really good.
Bam Adebayo. Is he still on there?
Yeah. Bam. Yeah. What a name.
Bam.
I don't know anybody on the Hawks, so I'm just gonna defer to you.
Trae Young.
Oh my gosh. Okay, Trae Young. Hello.
You good, bro?
Man is the next incarnation of Steph Curry. I'd say he can hit deep. In the sense of 3-point shooting, he can hit from like anywhere on the court. I'm not gonna say he's gonna be as good. I'm not nearly saying he's gonna be as good.
Okay, buddy.
But yeah. So Miami, the number 1 seed, ended up taking that 4-1. No surprise there.
I'm not gonna try to make a Heat noise because what does a Heat even sound like?
Like flames. Like that's your flame noise? Get some of the crackle in there, like the.
Okay, so do your best Heat noise for everyone. Sounds like you were trying to like summon an animal and like like a middle-aged man trying to summon an animal. Just like, here, boy.
Come on, boy.
Anyway,
we're just gonna move on. We're just
beat them. Okay, the Philadelphia
76ers and the Toronto Raptors.
I'm gonna try to make a 76er noise for everyone.
We the people. No, that's the wrong document. No. Wait, what is it? In Congress, July 4th, 19 in Congress, July 4th, 1776.
Okay,
John Hancock.
John Hancock?
Yeah.
Okay, I will take
versus
that.
the Raptors. The
Toronto Raptors. I cannot make a Raptor noise.
76ers led by the third major MVP candidate in Joel Embiid.
Okay, and yeah.
So yeah, and that was the 4 and 5 teams, but Philadelphia ended up taking that series 4-2.
Clap it up. Oh, they're okay. I'll save that.
Milwaukee Bucks and the Chicago Bulls. Milwaukee Bucks obviously led by, I believe he's won MVP. Giannis Antetokounmpo.
That is how you pronounce his name. And they play the Bulls, who are led by DeMar DeRozan.
Yes, DeMar DeRozan.
If
you're led by DeMar DeRozan, then you've got some.
He was good this year. He looked like the DeMar DeRozan of
from like 2015.
Yeah.
But yeah,
do they have Zach LaVine too?
They do, yeah, the Bulls.
Yeah.
But
do they have Lauri Markkanen too? Or is
I don't know who that is.
Oh, well.
But Milwaukee ended up taking that series.
I don't know.
He ended up taking that series 4-1.
Okay.
And then okay. I believe this is the only sweep. This was the only sweep. The kind of surprising actually. The Boston Celtics and the Brooklyn Nets.
Led by Marcus Smart.
Boston is led by Marcus Smart. Yes.
Lost to the Brooklyn Nets, who are kind of like the Lakers. They're kind of a dud.
Yeah, they tried to build this amazing God squad,
super team.
It just didn't work. It did not work.
No, they pulled a Lakers. No,
they pulled a Lakers.
No,
they really did.
But so the Boston Celtics took that, meaning that there were no upsets in the first round. And
oh wow, you're right.
And there was not one series that went to a Game 7.
Wow, that's boring.
Yeah.
See, this is why March Madness is ideal.
Yeah, it's one game.
Okay, but yeah, we'll get back to you with updates from next week when they're through with the second round.
I don't think they'll be through whenever they're done with the second round.
Whenever they're done with the second round.
So let's talk about someone who died, as we do sometimes on this podcast. Bengals original quarterback from 1968, John Stofa, died at the age of 79. Just a fun fact.
Yeah,
well, not that he died, that he was the Bengals' first quarterback.
I think knowing for the rest of your life that you were the original quarterback of an NFL team. You know, it's been, 54 years.
Yeah.
And you
started it all.
I hope he took comfort in knowing that we made it to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You know, that's
Good for him though.
We made it. Yeah, good for him.
Clap it up for John Stofa.
Clap it up for John Stofa. Yes. Let's talk about the other Cincinnati sports franchise just real quick. We'll try to be as not biased as possible, but the Reds are 3-19.
They're 3 as of recording this, which is coming out today.
Yes,
they're 3-19.
They're coming out today, May 2nd, 2022.
That is today's date.
3-19.
Worst start.
Worst start in franchise history. The prior worst start was 3-18, which was 2018. Exactly. So we're just hitting a bad.
The Reds have been around since 1869. That's during Reconstruction. Okay. Well, we're off to the worst start ever.
I don't know. Reconstruction had a pretty bad start, but in terms of the Reds, this is the worst start for us.
We've lost 17 out of 18 games. We started the season off 2-2, and I was like, okay. And then
So our opening series, we split with the World Series. Oh no, sorry, the North American Series excluding Mexico Championship. We played them first series of the year, and we split it. They won 2 games, we won 2 games. Mm-hmm. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh,
okay. This is gonna be an okay year.
This is it.
Oh my gosh, we both said over in our first episode where we were talking about the baseball. It was 70.
Oh my gosh, we did
74.5.
No,
over. No,
over.
No.
Yeah, so they're definitely gonna win less than 74 games unless we have some amazing run.
I'm gonna say it right here. Bold prediction: the Reds are going to go
44 and 18.
19.
I mean 143 and 19.
143.
They're gonna win every game now.
They're gonna win out.
They're gonna go on a 140 game winning streak.
Mark, yes. They're gonna lose 17 out of 18, then go on.
Okay, well you didn't. I don't want you to mark your words because you lost. Yes, you said that last week.
Listen, I know what I'm talking about here.
I told you too. I was like, there's some trade rumors for AJ Brown.
No.
Okay.
Speaking of the Reds, I have a story.
Let's hear it.
So I went to the Reds game this past week.
Yes,
and
correct.
I had it was pretty fun. Mm-hmm. You know, I got tickets were for free.
Okay.
I'm not supporting the Reds.
Where were they? Where were they at?
Do you know? First base line, section 134.
Ooh, jeez, all right.
Row L.
Regardless, that's pretty close.
Seats
that's pretty close to the
6 and 7. That is where I sat.
Those are not bad seats.
So if you want to sit where I sat, then you can sit there, and you can be like, wow, Harmon sat here, and I'll be like, yeah, that's where I sat.
Is that the story?
No, that is not my story.
No, is there more? Okay.
So anyway, the thing that made this game so fun was the fans around me.
Okay.
So the guy, oh, it's so fun. So the people sitting in front of me, like, since it's a Reds game this year, not a lot of people were there. So you would yell, and the players could hear you. And so when the people in front of me kept on yelling at the people, like Eric Hosmer, first baseman for
San Diego Padres.
For the San Diego Padres, who they were playing, the guy kept on going, "Hey Eric, touch my beard if you can hear me. Hey Eric." And the guy, Eric Hosmer, did not move, but then the guy named Trent came up, and they were like, "Hey Trent," and then Trent Grisham.
Okay,
Trent got him first, and he was leaning over and like, "Hey Trent, what's up? Look at me, Trent."
Was this a Reds fan or a Padres fan?
A Reds fan. And he was like, "Hey Trent." He was like saying it with a southern accent.
Trent.
He's like, "Hey Trent." So I found that funny.
Yeah.
And then, okay, well,
Jake Cronenworth.
No, we'll talk about Manny Machado.
Okay.
Manny Machado, who
another Padres
has
player.
left the Orioles and left the Dodgers both. The guy captain was like, "Hey Manny, you're a traitor, Manny," and he was saying stuff like that.
Okay.
Manny Machado wasn't paying any attention. But let's talk about the person who did acknowledge him, Jake Cronenworth.
Oh,
I
did he
love
actually?
this guy for the rest of my life. Jake Cronenworth, second baseman for the
Padres.
The Padres. The guy was like, "Hey Jake, can I get a picture? Hey Jake." And Jake Cronenworth just kind of smiled and just like waved him off like that. And he's like, "Hey Jake, can I get a picture?" And Jake Cronenworth looked at him like, did like a camera thing with his
Yeah.
like you want a picture, and he's like, yeah, Jake, I want a picture, and then Jake gave him a thumbs up like okay.
Oh, that's awesome.
So
okay.
then at the end of the inning, Jake Cronenworth, a shortstop was hit, a ball was hit to Jake Cronenworth. He threw it on to first, and Jake started to run to the dugout, and the guy's like, no, Jake, I thought we were gonna take a picture, and Jake was looking at the dugout like, I have to go, I'm sorry, I have to go. He's like, no, Jake, no.
Oh
that's
man,
sad.
that's
and
sad.
then
and it isn't Indian flag on here.
so there was a guy sitting in front of me who, whenever Jonathan India came up to the plate, would take an Indian flag out of his pocket and was waving it like, yeah, Jonathan, let's go, Jonathan, let's go, India, let's go. And that was my story of my Reds game.
Oh, okay, all right.
So we got some. Let's go through the rest of the sports stuff before we get to the etc.
We'll get to our current world news after this.
Paul Brown Stadium renovation. There's rumors of a potential.
I think they sent the thing to the city of Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Like they're asking
the
city of Cincinnati.
For a $500 million renovation, which would add a roof.
Add a retractable roof. They would improve the concessions. I believe. I don't know.
Over the next 20 years.
Over the next 20 years.
I'll take that.
Yeah, I'll take that. We'll come back when we're older. And
at least the age that we are now.
Plus 20.
Yes.
And we'll get to see our roof. And I don't know if this includes, but they're also trying to make a practice facility. Indoor practice
that was approved.
Okay, yeah, that was approved. So that's probably going to spring up.
We'll be the last team.
Are we actually the last team?
Every other team has an indoor practice facility, and we'll be the last. For the Super Bowl, we had to borrow UC's indoor practice facility.
Yeah, we did, yeah.
That was embarrassing. Right. Like, hey, I know the lacrosse practice just ended, so can we have the facility?
Can us, a professional football team?
Yeah. So on to
the New York Giants.
The New York Giants,
not the San Francisco Giants.
No, the New York Giants.
They
play in New York.
Accurate. Actually, they play in New Jersey.
Yeah, sorry, New Jersey. They play at MetLife.
MetLife
Field.
In New Jersey.
Stadium.
Yes.
MetLife.
MetLife
Field.
I don't know. Hold on. Wait.
This doesn't even matter.
MetLife Stadium.
Okay, MetLife Stadium and New Rutherford, New Jersey.
Anyway, they didn't. So their quarterback Daniel Jones, he's not terrible. He's pretty bad. He's pretty bad.
I mean, he's okay.
He never really got the chance.
He's exactly the word okay. Okay.
He's a quarterback. He's not good. He's not terrible.
Quarterback.
He's a quarterback.
He's just kind of there. He has his moments of good and moments of
like he has his moment. Like there was a time where he had a breakaway. He had run the ball for like 80 yards
for a touchdown.
And he fell.
No one was gonna catch him, and he tripped. He would have had a touchdown, and he tripped.
But yeah, so it's moments like these that make me not surprised that the Giants did not extend. They did not use their fifth-year option to keep Daniel Jones.
How that works is that so. When you're a rookie, you get signed to a 4-year deal, but the team can add another year. They can add a 5th year to that if they want to, or they can choose not to, and they chose not to. So he will become a free agent most likely after 4 years.
I think he can get in somewhere else. I think he'll.
No,
he could.
No,
perhaps.
Stop.
Maybe.
No.
He'll probably play in the USFL.
Let's talk about Trevor Bauer, former Reds pitcher.
He won the Cy Young with the Reds, but it's too
his
bad
spin rate increased 300 revolutions per minute.
It's too bad he okay, long story short, he
allegedly.
It's not even alleged.
No,
I'm talking about the stick.
Oh yeah.
So he concocted this.
He did that
thing.
He was not the only person who used it.
Yes, but he was kind of a pioneer in this field of creating sticky stuff.
He exposed it too.
So he's a Major League Baseball pitcher, and he outwardly was like, "Hey guys, I'm literally cheating." So basically what happens is by putting sticky stuff like on your hands, I believe it was like Coca-Cola, sunscreen, and like the powder from the bag that they have. And he mixed those 3 things together and he put it on his arm, right? And he would take it into he would like dust his fingers in this little concoction on his arm, and it would make his fingers sticky. So then what would happen is he would throw the ball and it would maintain its speed. It's like his fastball, let's say it's like 95 miles an hour. It would have the same speed, but it would spin. The ball would spin like way faster.
So it would move more.
It would have more motion. Yes.
Motion, movement. Any other M words that mean the same thing?
Moxie.
It had more moxie.
It did.
Yes.
So he did that, and then He won the Cy Young Award, which is basically best pitcher in baseball.
This has nothing to even do with the sticky
I know,
stuff.
but yeah, I'm just saying that he's already in the doghouse for when he got allegations against him that he was assaulting women.
Listen. I've heard him say some stuff. I don't know whose side to be on here.
Yeah, I don't know.
You got to be careful with these, because
but see, look, he's already in the doghouse, like I said, because the league has to do these investigations. They've had to change their entire protocol with all the umpires. So every pitcher gets checked for sticky stuff, just now. It's just a thing that happens.
Yeah, okay. Let me just... He's going to appeal the suspension, by the way.
He is, yes. He is.
But here's the thing that makes me mad. They had suspended him for the past, year and a half?
Yeah.
And now they're going to give him a 2-year ban. Maybe if you give him a 1-year ban, that's okay. Because,
I don't...
Because, last year, he wasn't allowed to play because you were suspending him because he was under investigation.
Mm-hmm.
So that should be part of the punishment, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't know. So, yeah, the suspension is for 2 years.
We're good. Sorry.
Yeah, you're good. Just let it go. There we go. Okay.
We're good.
Sorry, technical difficulties here. But, yeah,
yes.
So 2-year suspension. He was on the Dodgers, though. So, do they really need him?
Oh, boo-hoo. Go cry me a river, as Justin Timberlake once said.
Our last little sports news here is...
And it also involves with breaking rules.
This just happened probably about
today.
15 minutes. We saw it before we were about to start recording. But DeAndre Hopkins used to be really good. Is still good, but not nearly as good.
No.
Wide receiver for the Arizona Cardinals, formerly for the Houston Texans.
Mm-hmm.
He was suspended 6 games for PEDs, also known as performance-enhancing drugs, also known as steroids.
Yes.
So dude...
Do you think when the Cardinals traded for Marquise Brown that they knew that this was in the future, that they knew
Perhaps.
he was potentially going to get suspended, so they needed
Perhaps.
something else?
Yes.
Because it didn't make any sense. They had A.J. Green, DeAndre Hopkins...
Because normally with these things, you think about somebody at school,
I'm sorry. I'm just hurting myself.
Yeah,
today.
you are. You're riding the struggle bus today. But think about it. Think about the way that somebody gets into a fight at school, right?
Mm-hmm.
They would take the people and sit them in the principal's office, but then they'd have to wait, and then they would come up with the punishment after that.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm saying is, the Cardinals probably knew this was going to happen, but they didn't know what the punishment was. So they were going to bring him in.
Mm-hmm.
They probably knew this a few days ago, 2 or 3 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
So that's, yeah.
But going into the draft, they knew this was probably going to happen.
Yeah, so they traded for Marquise Brown.
So yeah, DeAndre Hopkins.
Yikes! I just realized I saw a thing yesterday. It was what new wide receiver duo do you think is going to do the most good? And the one was DeAndre Hopkins and AJ Brown, no, Marquise Brown. And I was like, oh, that one. And it was a poll, and I voted for it.
Well,
okay,
it's okay. So let's start with.
Let's go ahead and talk about some etc.
Elon Musk, the owner of SpaceX,
Tesla, PayPal.
He does it all.
Yeah. He's very rich.
He's very rich. He's up there. If we go to people.
If we go to Forbes here, you keep talking. I'm gonna see who's the richest.
So basically, Elon Musk bought Twitter, the social media site, very popular.
Yeah.
He bought it for $44 billion.
That's kind of a steal. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah, but I saw something funny where it's does Elon Musk know that he just bought a website for $44 million that I get for free? So it has Elon Musk. Elon Musk is the second richest man in the world.
Yes.
Person in the world.
Yes, but he is
behind the CEO of Amazon.
Yes, Mr. Jeff Bezos. He's going. I saw a thing that he was going to. If he could buy every sports team in all 4 major leagues.
No, I thought it was NHL. He could buy.
No, he could buy all 4.
No.
I thought. What I saw.
No, I saw He could buy every single NHL team and still have money to spare.
He could buy every.
If he buys every.
He could buy an entire sports league.
Yes.
For any of the major 4 sports leagues.
Yeah.
And depending on how he did it, he could buy several. The four major leagues are the big 4. They say the Major League Baseball, National Football League, National Basketball Association, and National Hockey League.
Poor MLS could join that. I could.
Major League Soccer could. I think soccer is going to gain a lot of popularity and it's getting up there. I think it could join them. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Elon Musk is apparently based in Texas. There he is. He's 50.
He's a good guy.
quality gentleman.
He's made appearances on TV shows such as The Big Bang Theory.
Yes. Yeah, he's from South Africa. Did you know that?
So is Freddie Mercury.
He's not from South Africa.
Where's he from?
From Tanzania, I think. Hold on. Freddie Mercury. Well, this says he's British, but we all know the truth.
Where's
he was born in Stone Town, Tanzania.
Is that in South Africa? Like in the southern part of Africa?
No, Tanzania is a...
Is it in the southern part of Africa?
It's in southern Africa, but it's not in South Africa.
Okay, well, I rest my case. It's in South Africa.
Actually, it's in... Well, yeah, here we go,
It's in Madagascar?
No, it's... Oh, it's in, like, Eastern Africa.
Oh. It's in South Africa. It's on the southern half of Africa.
Southeastern Africa.
Give me my points. I want... Wow. Yeah, but Elon Musk buys Twitter. He already changed what the likes look like. Like, the
already,
like button.
For real?
Mm-hmm.
That's very
people
important.
were complaining. He's like, Elon took away my like button.
It's like when they took the YouTube dislike button away.
So we're moving on to our last thing of the day.
What is it?
I have made a discovery this week.
Okay.
Look up what gum is made out of. What they put in gum. Did you know what gum is made out of? Have you ever thought about it?
What is gum made of?
Read it out loud.
Gum base. Okay, gum base. Gum base is one of the main chewing gum ingredients found in gum and is made up of 3 main components: resin, wax, and elastomer. In short, resin is the main chewable portion, whereas wax helps to soften the gum, and elastomers help to add flexibility.
It's also made out of plastic. Some gums put plastic in it too. So that's why they tell you not to chew it, because it's plastic and wax.
Okay.
Are you not odded out by that?
It's kind of weird. It is pretty weird. I just chew gum for the flavor, take my mind off of stuff. It's relaxing.
It's a fidget for me.
It is, yeah. I mean,
my mouth is my fidget.
Obviously you're not like swallowing large amounts of something, so it's not just you're not just like taking a bite out of a Tupperware container. Like it's not like copious amounts of plastic. It's just like you just chew it. You don't swallow gum.
Yeah.
Well, I mean you can, but it's not recommended.
Remember as kids when you're told like that it'll stay in your stomach for
like 7 years?
Is that
yeah,
true?
I don't think so.
Look it up. How long does gum stay in your stomach?
We're looking up everything random, dude.
Yeah. How long does gum stay in your stomach?
Okay, folklore suggests that swallowed gum sits in your stomach for 7 years before it can be digested, but this isn't true. If you swallow gum, it's true that your body can't digest it, but the gum doesn't stay in your stomach.
Where does it go? Where does it go? Does it just disappear? Is it magic?
I don't think I want to know more. We're just gonna leave that alone.
Where does it go? Do you just like get rid of it, but it's still just gum?
I don't.
Where does it go? Wait, I swallowed a piece of gum when I was like 5. Is it? We need to know this.
It's still there.
It's still in my stomach.
Where does gum go after you swallow it? This says it's excreted in your stool.
Was it still just gum? Does it come out gum?
I'm done. I don't know. I'm done thinking about that.
People ask for etc. This is what they're gonna get.
Yeah,
This is the etc. part. That's how we have to sum it up as etc.
Yeah. Is there anything else that we should talk about here?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's thanks for the support that we've gotten.
Yeah. We're
having fun.
We're gaining some etceterates out here.
Etceterates.
That's what you guys are
having some
called.
fun.
Yeah.
I was gonna say something. Yeah, like I said earlier, if you need to if you have any questions for us, if you want our opinions or anything, just leave them in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe, follow. Oh, and be on the lookout. Next week, we may be making an Instagram.
Perhaps.
That could be on the
agenda.
On the agenda.
On tap.
But not like tap water.
Yes, or other drinks.
Or like soda or chocolate milk.
Chocolate milk.
Oh.
Imagine having chocolate milk on tap. Does that exist? Hold on.
Is it? Imagine, like you turn like a faucet where you just turn it and it's chocolate milk.
It's just somebody like under 21. They're like, yeah, give me.
Remember that?
You got chocolate milk on tap.
Do you remember that Amish chocolate milk?
I need more information.
Jungle Gyms. It's.
Oh my gosh, it exists. Oh my gosh, it exists. Can you put milk on tap? Yes. Yes.
Wait, what? You can?
Yeah, chocolate milk on tap.
Oh.
Okay, that's hot chocolate tap.
I don't like this.
From the
This is
brand called
gross.
Lick Me, I'm Delicious. I don't. Some of these look weird.
Gross. That is not chocolate milk coming out of that tap. I
don't know what that is. That's dirty water, bro. That's.
I sure hope it's dirty water. That's probably the best thing that it could be.
Okay.
I mean,
okay.
maybe
Right.
it could be chocolate milk.
Okay, we're getting a little offhand here. Yeah, thank you guys for listening in. You know, like we said, if you have any comments, I'll put the email down in the description below.
Yes, you will.
If you're listening on Spotify, I'm sorry. Just
go to YouTube.
Just go to YouTube
and comment.
Although if you want it now, because y'all are so eager, you can't wait for anything. It's sportsetcpod@gmail.com. Again, that is sportsetcpod@gmail.com. No caps, no spaces, obviously, because it's an email address.
I feel like you're like making like a voice answering machine right now. Yep. Like where you repeat your phone number.
Can't come to the phone.
Yeah, I can't come to the phone.
Harmon
right
and Jack
now.
can't come to the phone. Right
Send me an email. Imagine if sorry, I can't pick up my phone. Just send me an email. I'll call back as soon as I can.
All right. But yeah, assuming we don't have anything else, this is Sports Etc., the podcast where we talk about sports and how electric blankets are actually government propaganda. We will see you next week with some more exciting stuff.
For you, peace.
That was butchered. He's tried to say etc.
That's what I did. Peace.
Peace.